Greetings, YouTubers. Getting ready to make some lunch here. I just got back from Blythe. I got a call from Larry this morning, and he was going to head into Blythe to get some bread and stuff, and just kind of check out the town. And he invited me to come along, so we rode into Blythe together, and we just got back, and I was getting a little hungry, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make myself some lunch. And Larry grew these tomatoes in his garden in Idaho, and he gave me 3 of them. I've already eaten 2, and I'm about to eat the 3rd one. Good tomatoes, Larry. But I've been craving like a bacon and tomato sandwich, and I don't buy bacon because I mean, even though it's a cured meat, it probably would keep a long time. I just prefer to get something that's canned. The expiration date on this is May of 2021. So this will keep for a while. And this is bacon flavored Spam. And I've been using this for a long time. My kids loved it. My ex loved it. I call it SPACON. Spam, bacon, SPACON. So what I'm going to do is just slice this up. Get my knife here. And the other thing about Spam, and I think I've shared this with you before, is it's 180 calories per serving. I don't know if you can read that. That's probably kind of blurry, but 180 calories per serving, and there are 6 servings in here, so 600, 480, 1,080 calories in this can. So there's a lot of calories packed into that little tiny package. And I'm always looking for ways to have the most amount of calories for the least amount of money and the least amount of size. So I'm just going to slice these, I don't know, 1/4 inch thick. And then I'll get them over into the frying pan and start frying these up. These are a little thicker than I normally would cut them, but it's hard to fit all of the pieces. I want to cook the whole loaf here. I don't want to have any left over. All right, it won't fit in the pan, so I'm going to cut them a little bit thicker than I normally would. And it's the first time I've done it this way, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to leave the tomato and everything right where it is until I get these fried up. So let's head out to the frying pan. Okay, even cutting as thick as I did, I still didn't have enough room in the pan to get it all flat in there. But I'll manage. Let's get this thing lit, and I've got this over kind of a low heat right now, and just going to fry these up like you would bacon until it gets good and crispy. And yeah. And I'm going to add, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to get some oil and add in here. Just because there's not a lot of oil that comes out of this, it's not as fatty as bacon is. And, part of the crisping, frying process in bacon that makes it so good and crispy is, there's a lot of oil that comes out, a lot of fat that comes out of the bacon. And it kind of deep fries the bacon, which makes it crispy. And the Spam doesn't have quite as much fat in it as bacon does. And so I'm going to add some oil to this here, and just to help this fry up a little bit better. Okay, you can see I've added a little bit of oil here, and then these will continue to shrink as I cook them over time, and we'll get more room back here. But I've actually managed to get them all at least in the pan and flat against one side or another, and then I'll move them, because these will obviously cook quicker than the ones that are out here. So I'll cycle them. This will go out, this will come in, and just try and keep them as even as I can. I'm using another plastic fork. I really need to get some metal utensils, so maybe the next time I'm in town I'll do that. All right. You'll notice that I've already turned these once and they're starting to get a little brown here. The secret, you guys probably already know this, I mean many of you are probably more accomplished cooks than I am. The secret is to keep the temperature low so that they cook slowly. That way the outside doesn't burn before the inside gets cooked and crispy. So anyway, these have been turned once, and you can already see that they're starting to brown up a little bit. Looking good. Smells good too. We're a few minutes in, and these are starting to brown up nice. You'll notice that these were in the center, these 3 here, And I've moved them to the outside, and I've put some that were on the outside in here to kind of even up some of this cooking. But they're starting to brown up nice. I think we've been, I don't know, probably on here for about, I don't know, 5, maybe 10 minutes, if that. They're browning it nicely. So far, so good. Getting hungry. And these are really starting to brown up nicely. Once you get to this stage, you'll notice that, you know, everything's kind of shrunk down a little bit, and everything's fitting, you know, much more into the pan. So I won't have to swap these out quite as much as before. But one thing you do have to kind of do is, oops, hey, there's a piece that's calling my name. Yeah, that's good. Is flip them over quite a bit when you get to this stage, because they're all browning rather quickly now. And this one here on the outside is getting kind of close. Look how golden brown that is. I've melted my fork. I need to get some metal utensils, I think. You know what? Actually, I think I have some. Finish turning these over and then I'll go get it. I think I know right where it's at. So whenever I see like there's a little disparity, see how this is darker here than it is here? I'll try and move the darker parts out towards the outside of the heat to just kind of cook them more evenly and prevent burning in one localized area, because you want to get these as evenly cooked, both, you know, on the surfaces and through the middle as you can. See, I did have a metal fork. I've forgotten that I had these. These are my backpacking utensils. I have to be careful though. This is a Teflon pan, and I don't want to scratch through the Teflon. Yeah, these are browning up nicely. I think this one here is about done. And I've got myself a plate over here. Put one of my rocks on it, keep my napkins down, and then as I take these out, I'll put them on the plate. It's got a paper towel in it to kind of blot some of this grease away. I want to get rid of all of it, because that's where all the flavor is. Pork fat rules, right? Isn't that what Emeril Lagasse used to say? Is he still on TV? I like watching his shows. Yeah, look at that. That's really getting good. So you can kind of feel these as they firm up. You can kind of, you know, feel them a little bit. While they're still squishy, you can tell that they need a little more cooking. But like this one here is getting kind of crispy feeling. So is this one here. So I'll probably pull these out in a minute or two and get them on the towel. Okay, I think I'm going to call this guy done. Put him on the towel here to blot some of that grease away. Give that one another turn here. Wait a couple of seconds more. It's getting close though. All of them are. So that's what you want to do, is you want to try and get these, you know, to finish about the same time. You don't want to have, you know, some pieces over here waiting while you're finishing up cooking a bunch of others. These are all getting about close. This one's a little soft. This one's probably the softest. I should probably move it to the center. Let's do that. It's a little thicker than the rest, so it'll take a little more cooking. But see how these are all, you know, almost deep frying inside the oil here. That's why I added a little oil to it to get it kind of started. There's just not enough fat. Well, there's plenty of fat in Spam. It's got tons of fat, but not as much as bacon has. So as the fat renders out, then it starts to get a little deeper, and it's got that classic, you know, foaming kind of oil thing that you see when you fry bacon. And that's exactly what I would expect to see. Looking good. I'm going to get rid of this pan and get an iron skillet. I mean, Teflon is nice for some things, cooking eggs and that kind of stuff. But yeah, these are about done. Let's pull this guy out. Put him on the blotter here. Give these other ones a couple more seconds. Okay, I've got them all out of the frying pan. They're all nice and crispy. So let's take those inside and get them on some bread with some tomato and mayonnaise. All right, got the bacon inside. I got my tomato here, and we're gonna slice this guy up a little bit. Cut off the top there. I'm gonna slice these about a quarter of an inch. And I'm going to have much more than I need to make one sandwich with this. Well, unless you're really hungry, I guess you could probably make one sandwich out of it, but I mean, that's 1,000 calories, over 1,000 calories right there. And I'm trying to maintain my girlish figure. All right. Got some tomatoes sliced. Get a couple of pieces of bread out of here. I mean, is this not making you hungry? I mean, I'm like going, yeah, buddy, I want to eat this. Let's see if I can get a plastic butter knife here. I apologize to all those people out there that are cringing at the fact that I'm using paper plates and plastic utensils. I understand, I really do, but this is what I got right now and it's working for me, so. Okay, some mayonnaise. Some of you are going, hey, have some mayonnaise with your sandwich there. I like mayonnaise. And this bread is really dry, so it needs a little help. I think probably get a couple of tomato slices on these. A couple of slices of bacon. If I could get 3 on there, probably not. So there's, I mean, you could make 1, 2, 3, 4 sandwiches out of that. Need another tomato probably, but I'm telling you what, that's my kind of sandwich right there. All right, now for the taste test. Oh, that's just awful. Terrible. Hang on, I need another bite to make sure. Yeah. It's really good. Some lettuce would have been good, but I didn't have any. Got myself a little squirt here, wash it down with. Carbonated grapefruit juice, who knew? Yep, I lied, that'll do. Alright guys, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my lunch. You guys have a wonderful day, bless you, and we'll see you later.